Dr. Dubin. You're in the emergency room in the Philadelphia City Hospital. You're in a serious accident. Where were you sitting on the train?
Against the window.
In the passenger car?
Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that?
Your train derailed. Some kind of malfunction. They only found 2 people alive so far. You and this man. His skull was cracked open and most of his left side was crushed. And to answer your question, there are 2 reasons why I'm looking at you like this. One, because it seems in a few minutes that you will officially be the only survivor of this train wreck. And 2, because you didn't break 1 bone. You don't have a scratch on you.
We pray for your soul.
We're by appointment only.
I got a card from this store.
Congratulations, you have a mailbox. The exhibition isn't for 2 weeks.
This one was under the windshield wiper of my car.
How certain are you that you've never taken ill?
75%?
Well, that's not certain at all, is it? That's hole number 1. I'm going to be extremely skeptical about all this.
About all what?
I'm assuming you've never been injured. Would I be wrong in that assumption?
Dad's been injured.
Is the child correct?
Yes, sir. In college, I was in a car accident.
Was it serious?
He couldn't play football anymore.
That's hole number 2. That's a big one.
Mr. Price, can we talk about the note that you left on my car?
I've studied the form of comics intimately. I spent a third of my life in a hospital bed with nothing else to do but read. I believe comics are a form of history that someone, somewhere felt or experienced. Then, of course, those experiences and that history got chewed up in the commercial machine, got jazzed up, made titillating cartoon for the sale rack. This city has seen its share of disasters. I watched the aftermath of that plane crash. I watched the carnage of the hotel fire. I watched the news, waiting to hear a very specific combination of words, but they never came. Then one day I saw a news story about a train accident, and I heard them. There is a sole survivor, and he is miraculously unharmed. I have something called osteogenesis imperfecta. It's a genetic disorder. I don't make a particular protein very well, and it makes my bones very low in density, very easy to break. I've had 54 breaks in my life, and I have the tamest version of this disorder, type 1. There are type 2, type 3, type 4. Type 4s don't last very long. So that's how it popped into my head. If there is someone like me in the world, and I'm at one end of the spectrum, couldn't there be someone else, the opposite of me at the other end? Someone who doesn't get sick, who doesn't get hurt like the rest of us. And he probably doesn't even know it. The kind of person these stories are about. A person put here to protect the rest of us, to guard us.
You think my dad's a real...
I don't think anything right now. It's a possibility. One with many holes.
You're a big sports fan, are you?
It's starting to intrigue me.
Gets heaviest 10 minutes before kickoff. Rich, why don't we pat down? Just give me a minute.
Is there a problem?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to search it. I'm personal.
Tall guy in a camouflage jacket. Sometimes people carry weapons in here, and they drink too much. Team's not doing good. Bad things can happen.
You know what? No trouble, brother.
We do pat downs with the crowd to discourage people from carrying. If he's carrying, he'll step out of line.
They're right up here.
I followed the guy in the camouflage jacket. He had a silver gun with a black grip tucked in the back of his pants. Were you really injured in that car accident in college? Because I believe you faked it. I believe you took the opportunity to end your football career, no questions asked. And I think you did it, of all things, for a woman. I guess that makes sense. Football's what, just 10 years? But love, now that's forever. And that little bit of sadness in the mornings you spoke of, I think I know what that is. Perhaps you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Most guns have a black or silver handle. I had a 50-50 shot at getting the color right.
That's not what I witnessed.
Stop. Stop messing with my life, Elijah. My son almost shot me last night because he wanted to prove you were right.
I never said you couldn't be killed. I never said that.
My wife was right.
There have been 3 major disasters, and you were the only one unharmed.
I have been sick. When I was a kid, I spent a week in the hospital getting better from pneumonia. I almost drowned. 2 skinny little kids were fooling around in the pool, dunking me, and I swallowed some water. They didn't know it, and it almost killed me. Heroes don't get killed like that. Normal people do, right?
David, it's Elijah. It was so obvious. It was this one issue that brought it back for me. Century Comics 117. That's where this group, the Coalition of Evil, tried to ascertain the weakness of every superhero because they all have one. Just like you. Your bones don't break. Mine do. That's clear. Your cells react to bacteria and viruses differently than mine. You don't get sick. I do. That's also clear. But for some reason, you and I react the exact same way to water. We swallow it too fast, we choke. We get some in our lungs, we drown. However unreal it may seem, we are connected, you and I. We are on the same curve, just on opposite ends. The point of all this is we now know something we didn't. You have a weakness. Water. It's like your kryptonite. You hearing me, David?